Alright guys, so I know a lot of you guys have been wondering how to get rid of the SRS light when you do an aftermarket steering wheel install. So I kind of searched around. A lot of people, they had different ways of doing it as far as resistors or the little resistor pack fooler things. I found the easiest way would be just to do the resistor in the airbag plug, which really simple to do. On the actual OEM steering wheel, there are two screws literally on this side and this side of the back of the steering wheel. They're both a TX30 Torx screw, so you will need that size torque bit to get those out. You just unscrew those two and your airbag will pop out of the actual steering wheel and it should just come right out. Might have to jiggle it a little bit, but it should just come right out. The first thing you should do when you're ever working on a SRS system is pull the battery cables off of the battery. Let it sit for 15-20 minutes just to make sure that there is no leftover voltage in the wires that could possibly set it off if you somehow really screw up in removing this airbag. Last thing you need to do is have that thing go off in your face. That'd be bad. So to get started, I already told you how to pull the airbag. Simple. There is a single nut on the steering wheel that you will need to remove. It is a 17mm and it will be smack dab in the middle on the spline snout for the steering wheel. There is also an SRS plug, that airbag plug that plugs into the actual airbag. It's a two-pronged connector and it has three prongs that hold it in place. Just push the two out and pull the white plug off of the airbag. And again, this is after you've let the battery sit for a little while unplugged. After you do that, there will be a single black wire with a post connector. Unplug that. That's for your horn. After you pull that off and you pull that nut, you will also need to pull your cruise control plug that goes into the cruise control switch that is over here on your OEM steering wheel. Very simple, literally just a little push tab connector, the little 3-terminal. You just unplug that. It is yellow. It is not part of the SRS. It won't set anything off. So, and plus it's going to come out when you take the clock spring out. After you get that off, all those wires unplugged, you don't need a steering wheel puller. Everybody says go get a steering wheel puller. You literally just jiggle the steering wheel and it will come off. Might have to give it a little bit of oomph to get it off, but it'll come off. You don't need to go rent a steering wheel puller or go buy one. After you get that off, set that aside, set your airbag aside. You're done with those as far as the install goes. The next thing you're going to want to do is pull the clock spring. I will include photos of where the screws are on that. It literally goes right here, and it is a round plastic piece, and the center can kind of spin, and your connectors for your airbag and your cruise control are on that. So you will literally just pop it off after you take the two screws that are right here and right here, and there is a little push tab like clip on the bottom, but I was able to just pull it off all at once. Once you get that off, then you're ready to install your hub. In here you can kind of see that little connector, yellow connector. That is plugged into the back side of the clock spring. The clock spring has a little 2-tab push thing that you push those in, and pull it down, and that will allow you to unplug that plug. On that plug, there is also another push tab that you will need to push before you try and pull the connector out, or it won't come out. Once you do that, you take one of these, and one end will go in one slot. There's literally 2 terminals on that connector, and you do not need to worry about screwing this up. It's really hard. You literally put one end in one terminal and the other end in the other terminal. Electrical tape it, that way it does not arc out or, you know, hit any of the metal parts that are in there. If it does that, it will cause issues. So just be sure to isolate that and make it to where it cannot arc out or ground out. Once you do that, just tuck that away and you're ready to install your quick release. The quick release, literally you have your short hub or extended hub, whatever you want. I went with the short hub from NRG. You literally screw it into or put it on the spline, make sure your steering wheel's straight before you even start this process, or mark it, that way you know. It goes on, put the bolt on, tighten it down, torque it to spec. I don't remember the torque spec. After that, you're ready to screw on the adapter for the quick release hub. Plug in your horn wires. There should be 2 plugs in there. I did not connect my horn. As you can see, the plug's still there. I'll do that later. I was just trying to get the car on the road without the SRS light on, so to kind of show you guys that it actually worked. Car is on. No SRS light, no lights. It's good. So that's how you guys do the NRG quick release with whatever aftermarket steering wheel you want without having the SRS go on. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll help you out. Pass this around so everybody kind of gets the gist of it. Thanks for watching.